Did you know, Mark, your credit card points and miles can lose value to inflation? Credit card companies often reduce the redemption value of your points and miles. Now imagine a credit card with rewards that can grow in value.
That's right. With the Gemini credit card, you can earn Bitcoin or one of over 50 other cryptos instantly with no annual fee. Every swipe at the store or gas pump earns you instant rewards deposited straight into your account. Plus, sign up now for a $200 Bitcoin bonus to kickstart your rewards.
A Bitcoin bonus. That is what I need in my life. So I guess I have to visit Gemini.com/card today. If you're looking to invest in Bitcoin but don't know where to start, the Gemini credit card makes it easy.
Issued by WebBank. To qualify for the $200 crypto intro bonus, you must spend $3,000 in your first 90 days. Some exclusions to instant rewards apply. This is not investment advice, and trading crypto involves risk. Check Gemini's website for more details on rates and fees.
Ready to level up? Chumba Casino is your playbook to fun. It's free to play with no purchase necessary. Enjoy hundreds of online social games like blackjack, slots, and solitaire. Anytime, anywhere with fresh releases every week. Whether you're at home or on the go, let Chumba Casino bring the excitement to you. Plus, get free daily login bonuses and a free welcome bonus. Join now for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. Play Chumba Casino today. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. T&Cs apply.
The Heed the Call podcast is here to celebrate New Horizons Monday. Namaste.
Hello and welcome. It's that time of year again where the Heed the Call NFL podcast looks across the landscape of the ever-changing National Football League and reflects on the fresh beginnings across the 32 teams. Dan Hanzus here with Marc Sessler and Conor Orr. Justin on the ones and twos. Let's talk about who got shit canned. No. That's not how we do this. Mark, much to get to today as the league sheds its old skin and flies a butterfly into the great wide open.
With great gravity, do we take on these topics? Because you're right, it's growth, it's evolution, it's change, and it's there's no way not to face that change, and we're with great courage we face it, and only this show can do it that way.
Dr. Becky likes to say that resilience is a good word, but it doesn't necessarily feel good, and that's something that we need to acclimate ourselves to during times of challenge, where we can tell ourselves that we're being resilient or we're seeing resilience, but we have to remember that inside, change is difficult.
Well said. And I'll put a bow on it with this. Back streets back. All right.
Yeah, we knew you'd bring us back to where we needed to go. I knew that.
Welcome, yes. They call it Black Monday. We call it New Horizons Monday. And here is the landscape as we closed the book on the regular season on Sunday night. And we're about to turn our attention to the postseason, which begins on Saturday. But yes, the grim business of coach hirings, but first, firings. The openings right now, as we record this, just after 7 p.m. In New York, or the suburbs of New Jersey. Head coach openings: Giants, Titans, Falcons, Cardinals, Browns, and Raiders. GM openings in Miami and Atlanta. So we're going to go through everything that jumped out to us. And as we all know, there's typically 6 to 8 new coaches every year. And by my count right now, we're right at 6. And then you wait. You know, it's not unusual, Connor, for there to be a team or ownership group that hems and haws and takes a day or two, or a few more things come into focus. We could get another potential surprise, but this also could be the shift in 2025. Only time will tell.
So we're looking at specifically the Ravens and the Steelers here, I think. And
the Packers?
Maybe.
Bills?
Maybe.
Wow, that would be a surprise. But.
I think those would register a little bit bigger on the surprise meter for me. The Dolphins, I think, are pretty, if you look at, and we'll get to this in a second, but who they're interviewing at GM, I think it's pretty clear to say that Mike McDaniel's all right. But I wouldn't say the landscape is done, because you peel off John Harbaugh and another set of dominoes falls. I think Mike Tomlin's doing TV, so I don't know if another set of dominoes falls, but you got to be aware of all this stuff for sure.
He ain't doing TV next week, Connor. Much to your chagrin, he's doing a football game on the sidelines Monday night.
By the divisional round.
To Connor's chagrin.
Connor, any reporting around Aaron Glenn? Please, Connor, anything. Have you heard anything about Aaron Glenn?
By the way, I have to say this.
Anything.
Because
we're here already. We're here into Aaron Glenn world.
Anything.
You and I respect you and Mark as fans. I am now fan agnostic. But I respect that both of you as fans. And Dan, you and I have specifically had it out about your brand of Jets fandom. You've called me out on things that I've written about the Jets before. But the pushback to me saying that they should explore moving on from Glenn has been honestly surprising to me, from a large portion of Jets fans who are like, do you even watch the games? Like, there's progress. And I'm like, where? And then they're like, there's nobody good out there. Kevin Stefanski's out there. Like, so we're just going to let this Vrabel thing happen again?
Let me help you out with this, because, I had sent out a tweet on Sunday, very much to this point. Within the Jets fandom, it's so nasty that we're just like, there's wars within the fan base.
Right.
And for some reason, something's taken hold now within that fan base that if you want Aaron Glenn gone, you are an unhinged lunatic who doesn't actually know ball and isn't like locked into what the Jets are trying to do. And there's no like gray area that maybe you are a measured fan who's watched the last 8 months very closely, and you feel like it's time to move on. So that's what the pushback is there, and I got some of that as well yesterday. But it appears.
Well, one thing also, the idea that Kevin Stefanski would go from Cleveland to the New York Jets. Like, let's just march right into the heart of Mordor while we're at it. Like, I mean, is there any sense of reality that that's one of the worst concepts of a career resume path you could make in human life?
It would be a suicide of sorts, but it doesn't look like it's even an option.
No.
So we're
It
never
is not an
but
option.
he could end up coaching in MetLife Stadium, though, and we will see as the New York Giants
Much
look
better.
to fill there. Is it though? I mean, a little messy there too.
It's much. I am sorry, but it is. It feels likely and much better. I don't know about likely, but much more likely and much better.
I'm
annoyed by the whole thing too.
Yeah, you're going to get an interesting Sessler today. He's in mourning right now. He was hopeful that Kevin Stefanski would remain the head coach of the Browns, and he is not any longer the head coach of the Cleveland Browns. Let's get to all the news.
You know how it is. If my aunt had male parts, she'd be my uncle.
It's too bad we don't have the quad box anymore. Let's get into it. Yes, the Browns made the decision to fire Kevin Stefanski. The two-time NFL Coach of the Year is gone. They also decide to retain general manager Andrew Berry, and that's going to be a common trait that we're going to talk about, the idea of several teams deciding to keep the team builder but lose the head coach here on New Horizons Monday. Let's now clear the runway. I think if anyone's been paying attention to the show the last 24 hours or so, Marc Sessler is going through it a little bit right now with the Browns and Kevin Stefanski and the team's direction. So, Mark, I know you checked out the press conference today with Barry and also the great owner, Jimmy Haslam. Your takeaways from that presser?
Well, I'd say out of the gate, and I think, Connor, you agreed with me to some degree, that Andrew Barry specializes in getting up there on the podium and saying nothing over the course of 28 minutes. And he's very skilled at saying nothing. But I wanted to just give a few clips, one from Andrew Barry, which we'll start with, and then Jimmy Haslam, to show you what I mean. Andrew Barry, if we can, Justin.
Everything that we do is with the idea of bringing a perennial winner to Cleveland. And this decision falls in that bucket as well. There are many tough decisions that we have made that we'll have to continue to make in order to fulfill that promise. And I know how hard it's been for our fans this year. We have a great appreciation for their loyalty, their dedication to the team. I think back to our last home game against Pittsburgh. They were such a huge factor in that game. And then for them to support late in the year, big rival, had everything to play for. It's quite the testament to show how much this team means to them and ultimately what we owe them because of that.
Okay, points out one of the dumbest wins the Browns have had in multiple years, and how everything goes into this bucket of trying to attempt to be perennial winners. I don't want to hear about it. Jimmy Haslam, who is even more of a hollow husk at this point. This will be a quicker soundbite.
At this point, I mean, from the day
Sure.
he was the 18-wheel chucker guy, he's been a hollow being, but yes, he continues to be one.
And I want you to hear this, okay?
Oh, no.
First of all, ownership takes full responsibility for where we are. To win 8 games in 2 years is horrible. It's totally unacceptable, okay? And it's not going to continue, okay? And I want the fans to know we are as frustrated as you are.
Sure.
Right. And I
Sure.
think, and this is where, Dan, I think this is where you get into your worlds, because I totally empathize that we feel like we're watching a different sport when our team takes the field. And there can be hollow little victories here and there that are meaningless, but he promises that this won't be the way. I want to list some names for you, because since we've worked together, how about the names of Pat Shurmur, Rob Chudzinski, Mike Pettin, who I had a crush on, Hugh Jackson, Freddie Kitchens, and then Kevin Stefanski. These messages that we just heard have been ushered by this owner and various failed GMs over and over and over. And they are talking about the kind of coach that they want. And what I hear over and over is a coach that will work with their general manager, which was Kevin Stefanski. A coach that has a vision, which was Kevin Stefanski. A coach that could develop young players and quarterbacks, which was Kevin Stefanski. They're basically looking for like the next version of Kevin Stefanski, who is not on this market outside of one person, Kevin Stefanski. They've handed Kevin Stefanski to another team.
Reel him
right,
in.
that may be. And you know what? And I will say one thing. The reason, and I tweeted this out, and my Twitter account, algorithm-wise, is it's in the dirt at this point because I don't use X that much. But it's like, I just said keep Stefanski, and people were killing me for it. And it's like, you saddled this coach, and it's more and more clear that Kevin Stefanski did not want the Deshaun Watson trade. I think we could feel that and know that from the start. No matter what committee they talk about or this or that, he was saddled with that. And it took this organization off course in terms of team building for years. Only Joe Flacco operated as a mini light bulb in the middle of that dark night, right? And he was able to do something with that. And then you're back here. And this is the fall guy?
Yeah,
this is your fall guy?
That's I think the big question, because it does feel like he's going to get another job even potentially in the next couple of weeks. I don't think any of us would be surprised if he picks the right spot. that has an established quarterback, no one would be surprised if he's successful in his second job. And I know Browns fans are all thinking the same thing. Like, not that you expect him to win, 7 Super Bowls or whatever, 6 Super Bowls like Bill Belichick did. But like, we already went down this road before where we had a talented guy, but the poor infrastructure or distractions. And Stefanski, I mean, for all that we talk about the Browns is dysfunctional, they had 2 11-win seasons in the past 5 years. They won a playoff game like this, and he was the coach of both of those teams. It's a 2-time
coach of the year. I know you find that to be. I agree that it's not hardcore coach of the year. Can I just throw one thing that I find the most ridiculous element of the Cleveland Browns? And this has to do with social media and the fact that we can't get the message right. They put this out to thank the best coach they've had since they returned in inglorious fashion in 1999. This tweet and this video drives me nuts. Why are we saying goodbye to this person? It's like one of the worst breakups you could have because you don't have to act together. Go watch this, Justin. Show it to me. I'm annoyed.
To our fans, the best fans in the National Football League, the best fans in the world, Browns backers around the world, I can't tell you how appreciative I am of the support that you guys give this football team. We feed off your energy.
Let's go!
We have the best
what
fans.
What the f*** am I watching?
They
put this out.
This football team, home field advantage is a very, very real thing.
I'm so proud of this team, guys. We're not perfect, all right? We're not perfect. How about that teammate game right there? How about supporting
What
each
is
other? That's what it's about.
Let me explain it to the audio audience. The Browns fired Kevin Stefanski.
It says.
1, 2, 3.
And then they put out a video using his words from prior press conferences to show him as a man of character, and then ends it, with a caption saying, "Thank you, Kevin." I mean,
did he die?
I mean, I feel like we have like experience in this. There is some programming that happened in the last year or so that I felt like I was watching my own funeral, and it's like this. None of this ever goes well. It comes off poorly for whatever organization is trying to pull it off, and it's like you just fired the dude. Let the press conference speak for it. Let your owner say the comments about he's a great man and a good coach, and we wish him luck. That's sloppy, but that's the Browns.
This screams content department put together a piece just in case they signed him to a contract extension.
Right,
and then
repurpose this.
The director of content was like, let's just slap a thank you on this thing so we can use it.
And I know we have statements from D and Jimmy Haslam and Andrew Barry. Don't even need to see it. I mean, it's just like,
no,
go find somebody better. Go find some. In fact, do you have that tweet, Justin, of the odds for the next Cleveland Browns coach? The odds to be the Cleveland Browns' next head coach: Robert Saleh plus 500, Joe Brady plus 700, Mike McCarthy. Oh God, McCarthy. Sessler will lose it. Plus 700. Clint Kubiak plus 800. Jim Schwartz, a good DC, but my God, plus 900. Those are according to the desert, the odds. And it's like, you have to answer the question, like, are any of those guys better than getting Kevin Stefanski a quarterback? And, that's bad teams stay bad for a reason. They really do. All right. Anything else to add? Are we ready to move on here?
I would say this, in just asking around about the Browns, I think that there were three different scenarios that were kind of posited to me. The first is that this is a Mike McCarthy gig or someone like him, because this is not at all set up to be a first-time head coach hire. Like this is going to be an absolute minefield for someone young to walk into. The second would be that they end up talking themselves into either Tommy Rees or Jim Schwartz because they like both of them. Matt Burke from the Texans is associated with Jim Schwartz and played in the Ivy League, I believe, at the same time as Andrew Barry. I think they both went to Harvard, and so there's a connection there. And then the third thing would be just, someone in the coaching industry sent this, like, just something absolutely batshit that's completely out of, left field. I mean, and I think those are kind of the three things that we're looking at right now.
How about Pete Carroll? We'll get to Pete Carroll.
Well, there was a little, is the Bill Belichick thing totally...
No, Mark, don't do that.
Fugazi? No, it was just floated around by
Mark,
our friend Josina not too long ago, but
floated around by Michael Lombardi, my guess.
Yeah. The old
I'm not-
Godfather.
I mean-
the lieutenant over there, Lieutenant Lombardi.
I think it is bad to lose Jim Schwartz as your defensive coordinator on top of this too, though, because that's worked. That's the one thing that's worked very well. And it's like you lose all these other people associated. You flush them all out and like you start from scratch and hope it works better.
Here's the Belichick analogy, Mark. Okay, you had Babe Ruth when he was on the Boston Red Sox, and then Babe Ruth went to the New York Yankees. And then the Boston Braves, I believe, got Babe Ruth back for like his last year or two when he was like 400 pounds and, inhaling hot dogs and beer at a unhealthy rate. You don't want that version of Babe Ruth on your side.
Well, the Browns wish they were the Boston Braves.
All right. In other news, this one was a slight surprise just because the reporting out there spoke to the contrary. But the Cardinals fired third-year head coach Jonathan Gannon on Monday, a day after they concluded their worst season in the modern era. Arizona finished 3-14. Gannon went 15-36 in his 3 seasons there. Never reached the playoffs. Never finished higher than third in the division. They went 4-13 in 23. 8-9 last season behind a hot finish, as I recall, when the games didn't matter, and then this disaster. And the Cardinals also announced general manager Monty Ossenfort will, quote, spearhead the search for a new head coach. So apparently the backstory here, Conman, is that Ossenfort and Cardinals owner Michael Bidwill talked last night. Don't call him Bidwell. He'll literally lose his shit.
Yes, he will.
Talked last night and then again this morning. This is according to Josh Weinfuss of ESPN. Before informing Gannon that he was being fired, Gannon was able to tell the players and coaches during a team meeting this morning. There was a video that floated around shortly after this news broke that showed Bidwill on the field before yesterday's season-ending loss to the Rams, approaching Gannon, very chummy, buddy, seeming like he didn't look like an executioner. So it does seem to me kind of like this was a situation where maybe they thought going into Sunday's finale that he was part of the future, and then there was a decision that was made after the fact. Either way, it doesn't matter. He is gone, and it ain't dope as hell.
Dope as hell.
I think that there was probably a desire or maybe a hope that he would want to make some staff changes or some lineup changes going into next season, and maybe that never materialized. But the other thing is just the totality after that loss to the Rams. I went back and I looked at it. This is 4 straight losses to divisional opponents in which you as a defensive head coach give up 37 or more points. You only have 3 wins against the NFC West in your 3
Dope
years
as hell.
As the head coach of the Cardinals. And my guess is ultimately they looked at Mike McDonald, they looked at Kyle Shanahan, they looked at Sean McVay, and they saw bumpers and they saw license plates, and they were thinking this division is getting away from us quickly.
I think you're totally right. That to be in this division did not help his marketability. And I mean, I know that I pumped up the Cardinals to ridicule 2 seasons in a row. I mean, not so much this year, but
well earned.
They seemed
ridicule. Go ahead.
Well, they seemed like they had a plan. And I think last year, like they kind of seemed like it was year 1 of a 2-year situation where like we're going to see market progress, and like it fell off. There was just, you lose your argument to keep this coach.
I mean, he never profiled as the answer. He was bad from the jump, didn't pass the smell test, and then the results were never there. Here is Michael Bidwill on, quote, other head coaches and fast turnarounds.
I know our fans are frustrated. I am more frustrated. I know Monty is more frustrated. This is something, and so is JG. Every one of those coaches and players. We all expected more. But I also, when I look at it, some of the changes that were made with other teams just a year or 2 years ago, those teams with new coaches from a year or 2 ago are now in the playoffs playing this weekend. I know we can turn it around, and I'm looking forward to getting going with this search because it's going to be a great opportunity for us.
All right, and then we have a fun little back and forth here between the media and the owner. Don't call him Bidwell, about fan frustrations and the appearance of being out of touch with fans, right down to the concessions in State Farm Stadium, or whatever the they call that place.
I'm not sure I totally agree with that. I think that we have done a lot of things to enhance the stadium. Food selection at the stadium. We've now got, I think, over a dozen different local brands inside the stadium. We
over
have
a dozen?
The Wi-Fi, which is
Wi-Fi?
Everybody has access to. The video boards, the game day experience, the game day entertainment, all the enhancements outside the stadium, the upgrades that you guys may not see in the concessions. We just rebranded all the concessions, every concession stand. So I think when you look at the stadium, we have put investment into all areas.
The hell is this guy talking about?
For all our fans.
Did he say 12 brands of food available?
For all of our fans, that they have the
Shut up.
to
Enough of this
come
guy.
and enjoy live NFL football at State Farm Stadium. And we're going to continue
Justin,
to make those
enough. Shut him down. Can you imagine?
I love watching like a semi-alpha Monty Ossenfort, just watching him like a drunken man at the bar. He goes, every concession stand. Every concession
The guy's bragging about free stadium Wi-Fi like it's 2008.
But Dan, you and I were caught in a pretty serious crowd flow issue there, where we missed the first 8 to 9 minutes of the Super Bowl because of.
Right. I wish we were there. We could have asked about that specifically as well. Yes,
we
were
gone
almost
to every
killed in a
concession
stampede at Super Bowl 56, sir. Anything to add there? Well, the Wi-Fi, if you needed to reach out to the authorities in an emergency. Wow. Another team lost, and we'll see what they come back with. We got one more clip just because it's fun. Here's an exchange with reporter Theo Mackey with Monty Ossenfort.
For Monty, you said earlier, you flipped the roster, you think it's a talented roster, but when you look at it, there's not many positions where you guys are significantly above average. You have not acquired a Pro Bowler in your 3 seasons. What is it specifically about this roster when you look at it that you do feel like it's above average and capable of competing in 2026?
Mackey.
Yeah, I mean, Teo, I guess I would push back. I mean, I don't what are we talking? Are we talking PFF grades? Like, I know everybody likes to live and die on those, and I get that, but
Washington and 3 and 14, and
I get that, and that's
he said watching the tape and 3 and 14. Very nice.
Come on.
Did Monty call him Tio or Theo?
I mean, it could be Tio. I don't know. He is in the window right now of just. Oh, I love it. Like right when you get out of the Mac truck. Yeah. You get out of that J school and you just start grilling everybody like you're Frost Nixon. It's so good. I mean, I love these. I love moments like this. It's so good.
You do need a veteran scribe to maybe approach you privately, know when to hold him, know when to fold him, right, as well, right?
It's the secret, and I learned this actually at a very important time in my career when Rex Ryan was being exposed as having a foot fetish, and I was covering the Jets. And you walk in and you take your seat in the front row of the press conference, and you're about to raise your hand, and everyone says no. And then you turn around and you watch like all the goon patrol from like CBS come in, like people who have never been in that building before. It's like, let that guy handle it.
Let them do it.
Well, you handled that very important situation news story with the plum.
What other times in life did Brian Costello point you in the right direction in life?
I will say that Jets beat, and you guys know Bobby Glauber, Bobby Football, who was a great man. And one day we were just sitting in the Jets locker room, media room, waiting for an opposing coach call. And he was like, tell me about your girlfriend. Like, what's going on? How's life and everything like that. And we get into this long conversation. He goes, you got to break up with her. And I was like, what? And this is like we're legitimately waiting for I think it was like Mike Smith to call from the Atlanta Falcons or something like that. We're probably on tape somewhere talking about this in the stadium. And I started thinking about it. And a couple weeks later, I was like, oh my God, he's right. And then a month later, I met my wife. It's incredible.
There you go.
So
Oh,
the
you
jet speed
trust
solves
Bobby
so many
G.
of your life, issues.
Well, you go through such hell for the actual job. I guess it gives you perspective to handle the rest of life. It's character building, coverage, and fandom. All right, let's take a break, and we'll get caught up on everything else that's going on. Life can feel like one big puzzle. You're constantly trying to fit all the pieces together. Your career, your passions, your relationships, your finances, and of course, your health care.
Yeah, it's a lot, but finding care shouldn't be the trickiest piece. That's where ZocDoc comes in. ZocDoc is a free app and website that helps you find and book high-quality in-network doctors so you can find someone you love.
We're talking about more than 150,000 providers across all 50 states. Whether you're looking for dermatology, dentistry, primary care, eye care, or any of the 200-plus specialties on ZocDoc, you could search by specialty or symptom and build the care team that's right for you.
Want to see your doctor in person? Great. Prefer a video visit? You can do that too. You can even read thousands of verified patient reviews, see real-time availability, and book instantly. No phone tag. Appointments often happen within 24 to 72 hours, sometimes even same day.
Mark and I use this, and you should too. Stop putting off those doctor appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/heed to find and instantly book a doctor you love today. That's ZocDoc.com/heed. ZocDoc.com/HEED. Thanks, ZocDoc, for sponsoring this message.
You know that feeling at the start of the new year? That fresh start energy where anything feels possible, Dan? 2026 is the perfect time to finally turn that idea you've been thinking about into a real business.
Absolutely, Mark. We all have skills, passions, or concepts we keep circling in our heads, but it's taking that first step, that action that transforms a dream into your new future. January is short, and you don't want February to arrive with the same old story.
Yeah. So what's the most powerful move to make it all happen in 2026? Start your business with Shopify. Shopify gives you everything you need to sell both online and in person.
Millions of entrepreneurs, from household names to first-time business owners, have already made the leap. You get all the tools to build your dream store with hundreds of beautiful templates you can customize to match your brand. Setup is fast with built-in AI tools to write product descriptions, headlines, and even help edit your product photos.
Yeah, and Dan, marketing is built in too. You can create email and social campaigns to reach customers wherever they scroll. And as your business grows, Shopify grows with you. Handle more orders, expand to new markets, all from the same dashboard.
In 2026, stop waiting and start selling with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/HTC. Go to shopify.com/HTC. That's shopify.com/HTC. Hear your first this new year with Shopify by your side. All right, we're back. Up next in New Horizons Monday, the Raiders do indeed fire Pete Carroll. One and done. And they retain GM John Spytek. But, the more reporting I see around this team, the more I think that Tom Brady's just driving this bus. And Spytek is along for the ride. Jordan Schultz report that the Raiders' idea with Pete Carroll was to establish a winning culture. But the way it was set up, including the organization hiring Chip Kelly as OC when Pete had other candidates in mind, made it a complicated situation from the start, per sources. So, if there's anything to learn here, Sessy, I suppose it would be, okay, what did we do that put Pete in a bad position? Can we streamline this situation? At the same time, it's a little more tricky when you're trying to match an existing GM with a new head coach rather than bringing everybody in fresh. But again, Brady kind of is hanging over all of this, and I wonder, after last year when he went for Ben Johnson, failed. He went for Matthew Stafford, failed. If more big swings are coming, and if they're all coming from number 12.
Well, and you have an existing GM no matter what in Tom Brady. And I think we're in a hiring cycle this time around where we've got a number of existing GMs there to lure the next coach. And I think how you fix this, because Pete Carroll, and Conor has pointed this out, the contract pointed to a short tenure always, right? So it has been a short tenure. But let's say they hired Kevin Stefanski, they draft Fernando Mendoza, and they trade Max Crosby. They've got a stockpile of picks. They build a monster offensive line. They add weapons, and off you go. And I think that everyone can get along if that works. Like, they seem to me to have like a potential plan in place, except a year ago, I was saying the same thing about the Raiders.
Yeah,
I think a lot of us were like, there's a lot of hope and like new faces here. We'll see.
I would say, I put them in the category of teams that giving them the benefit of the doubt is tricky business because they seem to make the wrong decisions. And they have huge decisions to make. Everything you just laid out, the fact that they have the number 1 overall pick, and almost certainly they'll take a quarterback. Will they pick the right guy? Is there a true difference maker in this draft that will change the fortunes of the organization? But yeah, I don't, as far as Pete Carroll goes, Connor, it's interesting. This is almost certainly his last head coaching job in the NFL. He's in his 70s. This didn't go well. He started his NFL head coaching tender, one and done with the Jets. Now he goes one and done with the Raiders. A whole lot of greatness in between with the Seahawks and at USC. It's a bummer that this is how it played out, but this was always a possibility the way this team was set up.
So the Carroll thing is interesting to me because, and I'll start by saying I think that this is either Rob Saleh's job because the Raiders offered him a really big deal to be the defensive coordinator and to succeed Pete Carroll last year that Saleh ended up turning down, or Jesse Minter because there's all the Michigan connections, or Brian Flores because there's all the Patriots connections. But the fact that Carroll was on an abnormally short contract got me thinking about another Patriots executive that was in New England at the same time as Tom Brady, and that was Nick Caserio, who's now viewed as like one of the top GM candidates in the league. But remember the first thing he did when he got to Houston and started rebuilding? He hired David Culley on like a 2-year deal and then fired him after a year, and then hired Lovie Smith, and everyone was like, what the are you doing? Yeah. Fired him after a year. That helped formulate the basis of a couple really good rosters on top of the Deshaun Watson trade. Maybe at this point, Tom Brady's looking around, and let's say he takes another big swing and miss at the top of his board again this year and doesn't get it. Let's just do what Nick Caserio did. Like the NFL does not penalize something like this, and who cares if the Raiders are bad again next year?
That's intriguing. I don't know if Brady and Caserio think the same way, but I think if you're Tom Brady, isn't there like a world of immense, like Caserio is hidden away. Like the vast majority of America has no idea what Nick Caserio looked like when he made those moves. But Tom Brady being attached to a Raiders team that doesn't make a big hire, doesn't go get the first round quarterback, like I think there's a little bit of pressure. This is a team that they've sucked, but they are a premier franchise that like needs to get higher up and be better and play better soon, or it's like, what are they doing? And I think if you look at like Mark Davis, because Dan, to your point quickly about the fact that Woody Johnson won't just fire a coach after 1 year, Mark Davis is paying multiple staffs at this point, multiple coaching staffs. He was willing to do it. That feels like a Tom Brady lever pull to me. It's like, I don't know if you do that and then you go hire someone else for 1 year. We're talking about at this point 50 to 60 people you're paying money to.
Yeah, I think it is the power of Brady, and they are listening to what he says. And yeah, it would surprise me if the Saleh was the choice as a defensive-minded coach. They went for Ben Johnson, as I said last year. Wouldn't it make more sense for Brady to be like, let me get the guy or go on the path that I wanted to go on last year I couldn't make happen? There's obviously different directions they can go here. We'll see what happens. We mentioned on the Sunday show the Falcons fired head coach Raheem Morris and Terry Fontenot. They are hiring a new president of football. Great title, by the way. I'd love to be president of football.
It used to be czar. Remember that? There was a lot of czars.
Yeah, czar's good too, though. Yeah. Anyway, czar president, maybe that would be even better. Many people expect that to be Matt Ryan. How about that? The former Falcons quarterback and now CBS booth man. And Raheem Morris has already been requested to interview with the Titans. How about that, Justin? You interested in a little youngery Raheem Morris?
It was reported that the Titans will be interviewing upwards of 10 to 15 candidates, and that some of those interviews might just be to explore them for possible coordinator roles. So fingers crossed that's what this is, because why would you look at the Falcons tenure and say, yeah, we want that guy?
I don't know. I mean, it didn't work out, obviously, for Morris, the Bucs, and not with the Falcons either. But the way the season ended, can Raheem be able to turn that into a one more bite at the apple. Probably not this coaching cycle, but we'll see.
My dream would be Chris Shula, head coach, Raheem Morris, DC. They work together in LA. Let's do that and find somebody smart on the offensive side.
Okay. Who's not going? At least not right now. As we mentioned yesterday, Colts head coach Shane Steichen and GM Chris Ballard are staying put. Carly Ursay-Gordon, everybody loves CIG, SIG. She spoke to the media on Monday. Here's what she had to say.
We have been very clear with Chris and Shane that giving them another opportunity means that the sense of urgency for them to deliver and perform has never been higher. Chris and Shane are both capable of facing this challenge.
This is a hostage video?
And finding a way to achieve the results that our
Hold up
fans
the newspaper.
deserve,
What's the date?
which is winning games, getting to the postseason, and ultimately winning championships.
Okay. This is a common trope of this time of year. I know Mara did it with the Giants last year. I think we already heard it earlier in this show from Bidwell. It's like, we're mad as hell and we're not going to take it anymore. Things better change next year. And it's like, all right. I mean, go get better players. Be better. I guess that's a way to. I guess it's a way to try to soothe the fans, Mark. We're as mad as you are about this, but that only goes so far in these settings.
I do think it's interesting. It's one of the more interesting press conferences to watch because, to my point about Haslam and the Browns, it's not the 8th time we've seen this song and dance in this dog and pony show. It was her first, and I think I watched her working her way out of what she didn't want to be cliche sports answers about just X, Y, and Z that she's probably heard before 1,000 times. She did a pretty good job, but man, she made me nervous. I feel like I need to do a better job. That's how it made me feel. She's watching my performance at this point. So improve, get a little bit better.
Yeah.
And so shall Steichen and Ballard. Let's go.
Yes. All right. I see where that went, Mark.
Well, it put me on, and I felt a little talked to there. Am I wrong? It was very severe.
Went into a little corner of the mind. You went into a different direction there. Yeah. Well,
Sure.
They're under a lot of pressure to do well in 2026. There's no doubt about that, Mark. The Giants will retain GM Joe Shane, so there's another team that will hire a new head coach and keep the team builder. The Bengals are bringing back head coach Zach Taylor and director of player personnel Duke Tobin in 26 per team president Mike Brown. You kind of saw the writing on the wall there as Joe Burrow, who's really running that franchise, it seems right now, through his support behind the coach, at least, in comments this week. Over in Miami, no official announcement yet on Mike McDaniel's future. And Rap Sheet said Monday, Mike McDaniel's expected to be back with the Dolphins. So let's just assume that's how it all plays out there. Little side piece on the Dolphins. Tua was asked about whether he'd like a fresh start after the events of this season. This was during locker cleanout. He said, that would be dope. I would be good with it. So a fresh start for Tua would be
dope as hell.
Dope as hell.
Same guy who called out Tyreek Hill for saying he didn't want to be there last year, which is rich. So
yeah, but that was last year, Connor. This is totally different.
It's okay. All right. Yeah, you're allowed to do it. So whatever.
And finally, Bucs coach Todd Bowles has not yet met with the Glazer family about his future, but said, I've earned the chance. I've won 3 division titles. So that says a lot as far as I'm concerned. All right. I mean, you could make a case either way for Todd. I think it helped that they won that last game, even if it ended a disappointing 8-9 season. And maybe that saves his job. We shall see. All right, let's take a break, and we'll close the show by revisiting, oh boy, our over-unders from back in the summer. Stay right there. Sessy. So everyone's deploying AI agents now, right? They're automating tasks, handling workflows, making decisions.
Yes, but here's the thing. Sometimes they mess up, right? Delete the wrong files, make changes you didn't authorize, or just go off script. And when that happens, you're stuck figuring out what went wrong and how to fix it. Unless
you're using Rubrik Agent Cloud. AI is here, but can you control the risk? AI agents move fast, and they can now create 10 times the damage in 1/10 of the time. Rubrik Agent Cloud is the only platform that lets you monitor, govern, and rewind AI agent actions. You can get full visibility, enforce policies, quantify risk, and undo destructive actions. It runs in the background, sets guardrails, and if something breaks, you just roll it back, like undo, but for AI.
Absolutely. Honestly, using Rubrik Agent Cloud would make me way less nervous about letting AI agents actually do things. If your business relies on AI agents, you need the ability to monitor, govern, and rewind their actions.
Right now, Heed the Call listeners get exclusive early access to Rubrik Agent Cloud. Head to Rubrik.com. That's RUBRIK.com. Rubrik.com.
What's good, y'all? It's Von Miller, Super Bowl MVP, Sackmaster, and now your host of Free Range. This is where NFL meets real talk. Every week, I'm bringing you inside the game, from locker room stories to league-wide headlines. You want football IQ, locker room insight, and real conversations with the people shaping the league? Welcome to Free Range with Von Miller, where nothing is off limits and every down counts. New episodes every Wednesday. Listen and follow Free Range with me, Von Miller, wherever you get your podcasts.
Here at Blue Apron, we know exactly how hectic school nights can be. That's why we created Assemble and Bake. Delicious one-pan meals that make family dinner simple. Just assemble the pre-chopped ingredients and put the pan in the oven to bake. Then you're free to help out with that last-minute diorama. Shop Assemble and Bake at BlueApron.com. Get 50% off your first 2 orders with code APRON50. Terms and conditions apply. Visit BlueApron.com/terms for more.
All right, we are back. Listen, we hold ourselves accountable. That's what we do. I mean, we're not out here pretending we are something else. You know, it's like I'll give you an example. Matthew Berry, buddy, right? He's been on the show. NBC, that Sunday night pregame show. Every week they would say, all right, let's throw it to Matthew Berry for his picks for the week for, I guess, gamblers or whatever. But there's no record of how he's done this year. I need to know. Like, if we're going to get 3 best bets from Barry every show, let me know how he's doing this year. And if you don't show how he's done this year, that makes me think maybe I shouldn't take this advice. So before you make any gambling wagers based on what we say on the show,
no, jeez,
just know that we're at least going to be accountable for our predictions. So I had Justin go back and grab obviously our choices that we made. When was it, Justin, exactly?
August 14th.
Oh no, that was a long time ago. I don't know what the results are. I think we're all a little bit nervous about how it came out. And I also asked Justin to, and this was one of those ideas that I had. It was like, good for the show, but I'm going to regret it. I said, Justin, go ahead and pull a clip of each of us sounding very confident about one of our selections and play it back for the audience, because that's how you do it, Connor. I mean, that's owning it. That's, live or die. We're going to let you know that we're going to circle back on these predictions. It's not just going to be noise during the pre-week 1 blabberfest.
Well, all right. Let's see what happens here. AI.
Yeah, exactly.
Just remember that AI is.
Connor and I are
prevalent.
equally probably agitated and nervous about this.
No, I'm concerned about it too. I also, because we're slumping a little bit in the picks right now. What I'm hoping for is that maybe if we could go 500 with these predictions. So we took, I believe it was DraftKings over-unders that they had posted in mid-August, and then we took turns and we drafted 4 teams, Justin?
That's right, 4 teams each.
So let's go through it in order. Who had the first pick?
Connor had the first pick.
All right. What did Connor go with?
With his first pick, Connor took the San Francisco 49ers over 10.5 wins.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, cash it out.
Victory.
Cash it out, baby. All right. So let's I'm going to track this. The goal here is to go 500. Okay, so we are 1-0. Who had the second pick? Good job, Connor. Way to get us going. Lead off, man. Ricky Henderson over here.
Second pick was Dan Hanzus.
All right, what did Hanzus have to say?
He took this team, and in your explanation for why, you mentioned part of the reason was because they were the
Oh, God. That's the Denver Broncos.
You took the over, and the number was 9.5.
9.5. And they went 14-3, and they're the number 1 seed. Oh, baby.
I know where this. I clearly know where this is going.
Got hand to chest here, Mark. No, it's not. It's not.
No,
a setup.
but credit to you both. Number one,
not
you
a
both
setup.
did a.
That could
No,
be
you
it
did a
for
great
all
job
we know.
there.
That could be just the only wins that Connor and I get. But we're going in order of what we did the draft. So, Mark,
I'm
yes.
pointing to my own lack of skill, but yeah.
Yes. All right. So that means Mark was up next, Justin. So what do we got?
Mark took the New York Jets with a win total of 5.5. Did he go over? Did he go under? He went over.
All right. Okay, you got sucked in on that one a little bit.
We have the clip.
This was during my cocaine period.
Oh, we have a clip? All right, play the clip.
They've genuinely changed. I think Aaron Glenn simply will not allow them to win less than 6 games. That is just...
He allowed them.
I just look like a roving fool at that point. Like,
if only Aaron Glenn would have stuck to his guidelines to not allow them.
I hate this team.
To lose 14 games. Brutal. All right, that's okay.
We're the freaking
2-1.
New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
All right, Aaron, calm down. Now let's go. So I guess Mark's up again?
Yeah, snaked back to Mark's.
All right, Sassy, here we go, kiddo.
All right, next pick for Mark, the Las Vegas Raiders with a win total of 6.5. Did Mark go over or under? Mark went over.
Oh, Sassy.
The team with the first pick in the NFL draft.
I've literally targeted the worst teams in all of sports.
Those are picks 1 and 2, by the way. The Jets and the
You
Raiders.
took the over on picks 1 and 2 in the draft. Okay. Listen, this is a team
It's
thing.
almost
This
special if you think about it, but
that's hard to do.
yeah.
They went 6-28.
I'm going to walk naked through the streets after this. Like I will. I'll go down the elevator and just walk out onto the boulevard.
All right, we're okay, but we're right where we want to be. We are 2-2. We're going for 500. All right, that brings it back to me. Okay.
Snaked back to Dan, who took the Colts with a win total of 7.5. Did Dan go over? Did Dan go under? Dan went under.
I went under. Shit.
And despite losing 7 straight games, the Colts did go over 7.5 wins.
You were close.
I wasn't.
close.
I mean,
Half a
remember
game.
we did a check-in midway through the season, and we did a random replacement thing. I don't know why we did that, but it was fun in the moment. And I remember cashing out on the Colts because I had already lost, but then they never won again, and I almost hit this. If they would have just lost one more game, that would have been one of the great comebacks in the history of fake gambling, but that's not what happened.
Remember how close they were to losing to the Falcons overseas
That's
when
what I mean.
it required a 4th and 20 conversion or whatever?
Shoot,
No,
that would have been
almost
one of
heroic.
the all-time covers, but instead we're on a 3-game losing streak. All right, Conman.
All right, back to Connor, who took the
Connie.
New Orleans Saints with a win total of 5.5. Connor went under. And also said that he predicted in his Sports Center column where he predicts every outcome, he had the
Sports
Saints
Center.
winning. Sports Illustrated column where he predicts every game. He had them winning 3 games, so they won twice as many as that.
What else did you say with Scott Van Pelt?
Sorry. Could have edited that out. Now I can't.
All right, so and they went 6-11. No, they went 6-11.
Yep.
Oh, so you just missed it. Shit.
I don't think Connor was thinking differently than others back then, though.
I remember.
I see where
In your defense, Connor, I remember feeling like that was a great pick when you made it.
Yes.
Because
Safe.
if we recall, the Saints looked like a team without any hope or direction in August, and we come and that let them. Not that this was any great season for the Saints, but you come out of the season for the teams that are like in the top 10 in the draft, they're pretty high up on the list when you talk about, okay, there's some hope here. That's what a quarterback
You know what, Dan?
does.
I can tell Connor's so annoyed right now.
Yeah, that one was tough. Hopefully it gets better for the old con man. We're 2-4. We need to win.
Yeah, he's
Let's do
especially
a little-
annoyed because the Saints had like the exact season that I said they would have back in the preseason, but that's fine. Next pick, snakes back to Connor.
Well, you cashed
What the
out on
fuck
one of your
did you
little.
say that they were gonna have 2 more wins?
Did you cash out
I
on one of your
did,
little
yeah. I
whimsical
said they were gonna
$5
win 5
bets?
to 6 games. I didn't bet on
5
that.
to 6. Okay, yeah. Let me.
I said
yeah.
they're going to be bad, but way better than everyone thinks, and they'll probably be picking around closer to pick 10 than pick 1. But
We have no idea if you said that. I am sure you did, Justin, but we
surely
just
at
have
least
no idea.
And don't let us
one
know, listeners. We
hedonist
don't care.
remembers and can sound off in the comments.
Not
all right.
necessary. Don't worry about it, everybody. Just
Back to Connor, who took
Come
the
on, Connor.
Dallas Cowboys with a
we
win
got one
total of 7.5. Connor hates the Cowboys. Surely
Yes.
he went under that
Yes,
7.
of course he did.
No, he took the over 7.5.
Wait, they won. I took the over.
Oh no, they lost to the Giants yesterday.
They won 7 exactly.
Oh no!
We suck.
Wait, you took the over on the Cowboys? You
I have
hate
the
the
clip.
Cowboys.
You want the clip?
Oh, then Connor's literally dead right now on the screen. I just saw his soul leave his body. Yeah, let's play the clip. Oh, baby.
If your tentpole players are healthy, still have a top 10 quarterback, a top 5 wide receiver, and if Micah Parsons gets signed, which he will, the day of the season opener, he's going to be an 11 to 15 sack guy. And I think that all combines together with 2 games a year against, some of the worst teams in the division. I think they're an easy lock for 8
He did
wins.
not know the Micah Parsons thing. That is one.
I'm going to fucking hammer this team from here to eternity. Like, when you embarrass me, you're out. You're out forever. And I will fucking bury this team.
That is outrageous that you took the over because I could have swore you would have buried the under on them. But you said that Parsons was going to be a part of it. But you, like many of us, thought that would get worked out. But I think about a week later, he was moved, obviously, to the Packers. And he would have had 11 to 15 sacks if he didn't blow out his knee. So you were kind of... I wouldn't say like right church, wrong pew. It's like right religion, just like not the right building. You know what I mean?
You're pure, but in the wrong place.
All right, so we're on a bit of a slide right now. We need a win. We're 2-5. Who's up next? Is it me?
Yes, back to Dan, who took the infamous pick that we've talked about a lot on the show, the Minnesota Vikings. He took the over. What was the number? The number was...
It was 8.5.
9.5. I have the clip on that one, too.
I demand we check what the over-under was back in August. I could have swore it was 8.5. They won 5 in a row to get to 9-8. Oh, man.
I think we check if this segment should return.
No. So close. I mean, who do we trust? That's a very short list in our league of people that I trust more to understand whether a guy's got it on offense. And Kevin O'Connell, KOC, this is a special guy. And he thinks J.J. McCarthy has it. So now I have to say to myself, all right, so even if there's some growing pains, and let's say they take a step back and they win 4 less games, I still hit it because that's a 10-win season.
It's a clip from August, so summary and bombastic.
The journey that you went on with 9 since that moment.
Wow.
What a life.
I kind of stand by the analysis. Like I really thought that KOC had something cooking, and that's why they were so strongly not just in his corner, but they didn't really have the backup plan. They were like, that's certain that he was going to keep them going in the right direction. They let Sam Darnold go. That hurts. All right. We now are we need a win right now. Who's up? Oh, Sessy?
Here it comes.
Come on, Mark. We need something from you here. Let's go.
Oh.
Mark with his next pick, took the New York Giants with a win total of 5.5.
No.
Did Mark take the over or the under? Well, he took the over 5.5.
My East Coast media bias has killed me in this exercise. So.
Oh. The only thing working in your favor, Mark, is the fact that the Giants won saves you from your 3 picks being 1, 2, 3 in the draft.
And I feel like I'm like Weekend at Bernie's, and I'm the one you're having to cart around in a bag. So
it's like Weekend at Bernie's 2 when they're going to like Bermuda with the corpse and dancing in discos. It's like, we're still doing this? Who greenlit this? Oh man, Mark. Okay, we're 2-7. We're 2-7. Let's finish strong.
Started so.
Can I just say that occurring at the same time, just to give people a peek into what's happening in my life right now? Literally, this just happened. Like as we're going through this exercise, and I'm developing a giant migraine. Every year in August, I pick every game of the NFL season.
Of course,
it's like
famously.
this fun exercise, right? And literally, someone just sent it to me. Someone went game by game, and this happened 30 seconds after me and Justin went back and forth on the Saints thing, and they like posted my results like online, and I am just
it's like they doxed your own analysis.
I'm in a complete tailspin right
now. Jesus. This segment is
I
not
don't know
going
anything.
Well. Let's finish strong. Let's go. Who's up?
All right, last round. Back to Mark.
Come on, Cessy, let's go.
And can we just remember how much is on the line here? Because not only is the current record of the group terrible, but also Mark trying not to go over for another year, right? So this pick,
right. Oh my
so
God.
much on the line.
That's right. Yes, Mark, we need it.
Mark took the Atlanta Falcons with a win total of 7.5. Remember, they won 8 games. Did he take the over or the under?
Mark loves the Falcons.
The over.
There we go. Let's go, Cessy.
All right.
Oh, baby. Cessy. He's back. He's here
Blood
now.
Flow. I feel great.
He's here now.
Honestly.
Give me that. Yeah. Give me our favorite. Give me the Ninja Gaiden song. We're celebrating this one. We're celebrating because that is proof of life. Sessler's off the schneid. And if Sessler's off the schneid, so too can heed the call, get off the mat, and finish this thing with dignity. Turn this up in my headphones. Louder, Justin.
I can actually do that.
It changes my week.
Oh, God bless the Falcons. Raheem Morris. Go forth and prosper. Good man. Keep this going. Let's keep the good vibes going. Who's up next? Me. What do we got?
All right. With the next pick, it was Dan Hanzus again. This time with the Buffalo Bills. A win total set at 11.5. Did Dan go over or under? Dan went over.
12-5. Beat up the beat. Beat up the beat. Oh, baby.
We're just celebrating self at this point. It's beautiful.
Oh, let's make it a hat trick. Let's close it out.
Connor.
Come on, Connor, close it out.
Connor time.
With the final pick in the win total over-under draft, Conor Orr selected the Washington Commanders. With a win total of 9.5, did Connor go over or under? He went under!
5-12! Baby! That's how you end the season.
just made the playoffs.
We did. I mean, we're in like the NFC South, but yes, 5-7. We'll take it.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, that's how you close.
Yeah, that's sports drama.
Wow. Listen, that was, USA beats USSR right there.
Nothing less.
3 in a row. And, you might say that we talked about we had to go 500, but when you end like that, we'll take it. And we'll be better next year. But 5-7 is not great, but that is not a disaster either. And it's something to build on. Good stuff. And you know what?
Proud of us.
Flip of the coin on a couple of those. How many did we lose by half a game? Like 3 or 4. I mean, take Sessions out of it, those first 3. But
maybe not the New York teams, but...
But the Vikings, the Cowboys,
the Colts.
We were right there.
The Saints.
Big
Saints
year.
won 6.
Saints.
Under 5.5. Yep.
It was also the most unpredictable regular season in terms of weird stuff occurring.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I wonder how many people fared much better than our collection of people would have.
I'll say this. You know what? And on these other shows, you'll never know because they don't go back. But we do. So while we went 5-7, you could also say we went almost 9-3.
Right.
Yep.
If you're Justin, that's exactly what you could
exactly.
Say. Yeah.
All right. Good stuff. We'll be back on Wednesday. You know who's going to be with us on Wednesday? One of our favorite people. He's been on the show once before, and he'll return on Wednesday. Brandon Perna.
Yes.
Will join us, and we'll close out our we're going to end our look at the regular season with Brandon, the year in weird, like the 10 weirdest things that happened in 2025's very unusual regular season. So make sure you're there for that. And then Connor, you're back on Thursday for a preview of Wild Card Weekend, and that's going to be fun too.
Can you believe it?
Can you believe it?
We made
over
it.
On the over on the Patreon, the draft is over, but it's the return of the Friday Fun Show in its full form. So that's on Friday. And we also have Premiere Week over on Patreon. Heed the Love with Mark and Billy will be premiering this week. So make sure, if you haven't signed up for Patreon yet, this is the time to do it as the offseason kicks off. We have some awesome content coming every week. So we're all,
Don't miss it. Or if you do miss it, be a raging loser that is laughed at as you make your way down the street side.
Exactly. All right, everybody. Have a great rest of the day or night, wherever you are right now, and we'll see you soon. Till next time. Give us that music again, Justin. Till next time, do what you must. Heed the call.
Well, the holidays have come and gone once again, but if you've forgotten to get that special someone in your life a gift, well, Mint Mobile is extending their holiday offer of half off unlimited wireless. So here's the idea. You get it now, you call it an early present for next year. What do you have to lose? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Limited time, 50% off regular price for new customers. Upfront payment required. $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds may slow after 50 gigabytes per month when network is busy. See terms.